What up, YouTube? How are you? It's your boy, the Holy Paradox, ready to react with another one. Let's just say, starting off and seeing a few people already subscribe makes me feel motivated to continue. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for your love and support. Please go ahead, share the channel with your family members, with your friends, with everybody, and subscribe. And let's get to it. We're about to enter the Paradox Zone, and right now we got a video from Tov. Make sure you guys subscribe. Bloop, hit that subscribe button on Tov and the bell notification, just like that. Tov over here has a video that's called The Darkest TikTok Icebergs Part 4 2 mil special. You guys ready? Let's go ahead and let's enter the Paradox Zone. Okay then.
2 million subscribers. We did it, guys. 2 million subscribers. It feels like just yesterday we hit 100,000 and then 1 million, and now we're at 2 million. From the bottom of my tiny heart, thank you guys so much. You guys give me this platform. You guys put food on.
Let's go, Tov. 2 mil. 2 mil. W, my friend. W.
On my table, so thank you guys so much. I know why you clicked this video, but first, let me give you guys some context that you will need throughout this video. So first of all, I said I was done with icebergs. What's going on? I think I could just change the color and come back? No, guys, that's not what I'm trying to do. I thought I should change the color because, quite frankly, because I said I was never going to do these again. Make it a little bit different. So why am I doing this again? For 2 million subscribers. It's a celebration. You guys have asked for it, and as a thank you for getting me to where I'm at, I'll give you guys another episode of this.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've watched Tov a lot in like other streamers like Art of Kicks and Casper. A lot of YouTubers love this man and like all the videos he posts. He's an awesome YouTuber, guys. Let's continue.
It's even a blessing in the first place that you guys want more of something from me, so that's already enough. There will be a total of 3 2 million specials on this channel, so stay tuned. And if you aren't subscribed, I'll earn your subscription by the end of this video. Also, this video has 2 parts. We're gonna go through the entire new iceberg, and the second part will be updating you guys on certain topics that need updates from the past 3 episodes. By the way, you do not need to watch the other 3 videos to understand this one. These are new topics, and even when I do the updates, I'm still saying the story, so just the updated version. However, I would love it if you guys could watch the other episodes after this one. And just like in all the other videos, we're going from most tame to most gruesome. We're not going to be doing most known to least known. This is most tame to most gruesome. And within those sections, that's not in order. The only orders are the tiers. So you can be the judge of whatever you think is most gruesome within that tier. Oh yeah, and I have some very special guests in this video. Here are some profile pictures of the people that you can expect in this video. But yeah, with that being said, let's get started with the topic. The tip of the iceberg, Kool-Aid Man Challenge. Featuring on this tier is the bizarre Kool-Aid Man trend that took a rather innocent advert and made it into a destructive feat. I'm talking about the series of old commercials where Kool-Aid Man would bust through a wall and be like, oh yeah! These are from back in the day and for sure carry a lot of nostalgia.
Oh yeah! Everybody love Kool-Aid. Everybody, go ahead down in the comments below. Let me know what's your favorite Kool-Aid.
It, however, looks like some took reminiscing these ads too far. Since last year in 2023, there were reports of a TikTok challenge where people would run through fences in the same manner as the ad. Here's some footage of the challenge in action.
Security video captured the vandalism. Teens breaking through PVC fencing while recording it. It's called the Kool-Aid Man Challenge, modeled after popular commercials from the 70s and 80s. Now to see this, several sections of his fence missing.
So, TikTok has gotten that boring that people are just making random challenges nowadays, huh? Really, the Kool-Aid Man Challenge. So y'all are about to destroy your brain cells running into walls and to fences and stuff, right? Y'all literally about to lose your brain cells for this. What has this generation come to? Oh my God.
When he looked at his security video, he watched teens break right through the fence.
We're believing that it's a TikTok challenge.
Suffolk police say the kids were recording themselves, and
the aftermath of it was fences looking like this and like this. That second photo was actually captured in Raynham, Massachusetts, and the fence...
I ain't gonna lie, if that was my fence, and you did that to my fence, yeah, you're gonna have to fix my fence. I'm not paying for somebody to fix it. You're fixing my fence, sir.
belonged to Jody Viola, who initially thought the holes were the work of a bear. That was until they checked the surveillance footage and saw people running from the street and charging to their fence and just breaking it. Viola, in the interview, said 3 of them just backed up like you see in the movies and just ran to the fence like you were breaking down a door. They just threw their bodies through it. Some of the teens doing this trend were actually caught in Long Island, New York, and they were issued desk appearance tickets. Interestingly, among those caught, the youngest was just 12.
That's crazy.
Darkened skin filter trend. For this next one, let's go back to 2020, when this dark face filter trend had become a thing on TikTok in India. Users were basically lip-syncing to a popular song from back then, with the lyrics going on about a, quote, white-skinned girl with a, quote, black heart. And that song was actually used in a movie. The hero in the film finds it hard to win over this girl due to her, quote, black heart. Now, while the song doesn't mention a dark-skinned girl, TikTok users creatively used that audio and that filter to show them with darker pigmentation looking all sad, and then they transition with lighter skin, and then they're happy. These videos were very explicit on how most of the TikTok users behind them thought of dark-skinned people, and the trend thus quickly drew backlash for promoting colorism. For context, you have to remember that India has a huge problem with skin color with a pretty dark history, where darker-skinned people were considered, quote, untouchables in society. Quote, Dalit is a term used for those who were formerly known as, quote, untouchables, end quote. This article actually explains how they're still fighting for social justice, so I can't even begin to believe how this trend made darker-skinned people feel in India. And unfortunately, that history still influences India today, at least going by Asian Boss Media's TikTok from May of 2023, where the interviewees admit they were treated differently due to their skin tone. And it is thus no surprise then that these biases...
See, a lot of people don't understand that in the other side of the world, there's still a lot of racism going on, you know, especially towards a darker skin tone or a darker race. So it's like, it's 2024. We need to get out of that enslaved mentality of thinking we're all different races. Yes, we're different colored people, but still the same energy. We're still the same beings, just different patterns of life, different skin tones, different looks, different different hair. You get what I'm saying? Excuse me, no hell hair. I need Jesus. Let me stop. But what I'm trying to get is, we're in a transition where we're much older now, and where our generation understood where the other generation, the older generation, kind of had the mess up at. You get what I'm saying? So why are we still trying to base our existence and our humanity with skin tone? If you're white, you're better. If you're black, you're worse. If you're purple or orange, you're a legendary Pokemon. I'm just saying. Let's grow up, guys. 2024, 2025, everybody's equal. That's how I see it. Let's continue.
This would show up in a TikTok trend. Thirst trap cooking. Alright guys, like I said, we're going somewhat tame to most gruesome, so this one's a real eyebrow raiser. So let's talk about at the Donut Daddy, who does stuff like this.
First of all, at the Donut Daddy? He must be a retired cop or something. He must be a retired cop. That's what it is. Doesn't even raise eyebrows. This is just cringe. Like my guy, zesty ass dude on the fruit. Like, bro, it's not that serious. He needs a Jesus. He needs to calm down.
Yeah, there's no way you wouldn't notice the heavy sexual innuendos, and that's why the media has blatantly called it the art of, quote, hardcore food. This particular account, Donut Daddy, seems to be some mainly women's favorite, finding comments like these. But it's not just Donut Daddy that does the I want to have sex with food thing. There's a bunch of these. A bunch of them spawned in at some point. I don't know. There are others like Cedric Lorenzen, who has an equally large following, and by his own admission.
I have a question. So, like, when you guys do these things, do you like cut a hole in an apple or in a watermelon and let me stop. I got you.
Has stated that some of his videos are a bit too sexual and cringeworthy. Yeah, you can really tell how this is just pushing boundaries on TikTok. But yeah, I don't know who had the idea to violate food like this and let it serve as sexual innuendos when I feel like just go on Tinder at that point. I don't even know. But anyway, let's head on to the next one. The public is the punchline. One arguably weird trend that has been on TikTok for a while now is videos that often begin with a person requesting a stranger to record them before escalating into chaos. The fact that they start with the request is why the trend is sometimes called, "Can you record a video for me?" or "Do you mind recording a video for me?" Anyway, the stranger or those around them end up being in a prank situation since the person that records...
That lady, what the... How old is that? What's that lady? Hold on, let's go back, y'all. Let's go back. How old is this lady to be doing this? Like, lady, you just gonna crawl on all four and act like you're just possessed by a demon. These TikTok trends are going too far at this point. Like, they already
record them before escalating into chaos. The fact that they start with the request is why the trend is sometimes called, "Can you record a video for me?" or "Do you mind recording a video for me?" Anyway, the stranger or those around them end up being in a prank situation since the person they're recording does something weird to provoke a reaction. A good example is this video. Now, for the most part, this trend is harmless. I think people who come across it for the first time might find...
I ain't gonna lie though. If you did that to me, bro, I might kick you. I'm just saying, I might kick you out of fear. Just saying.
Find it a little weird.
Stop recording me. Stop recording me!
Just throwing my 2 cents here, a lot of these videos are faked. It's so easy to just tell your friend, "Hey dude, I'm gonna pretend to be weird, just freak out." You know, it's not anything crazy. But yeah, let's head on to the next one.
That is true.
Banana and Sprite challenge. This here is I Show Speed trying to down a whole bottle of Sprite after eating 3 bananas.
I Show Speed. There it is, the legend. What up, Speed?
That clip is said to have massively popularized the Banana and Sprite challenge, which honestly falls at the center of the weird TikToks category. Though this challenge has been a thing since the early 2010s, and for some reason it just always resurfaces. The challenge was simple. People would eat bananas and try to fill up their stomach with a bottle of Sprite, something that's impossible to do going by the science behind it. And by science I mean that your stomach is basically too small to fill all of that. In more technical terms, a mixture of carbon dioxide from Sprite and protein from the bananas creates a reflux too big for the stomach to handle. A lot of TikTokers film themselves doing the same thing. Alright, finally, let's head on to the next tier.
Over 20 million people.
Guys, we're enjoying this live stream. We having fun over here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, do the whole shebang. Y'all know?
People have already pre-registered for this new RPG, and I think I know why.
We're skipping the commercial.
The Surface, the Eye Challenge. Although this next one is from 2020, I have to mention it because it borders on the riskier end of things when it comes to people doing things they find on TikTok. I'm talking about the Eye Challenge, which went something like this. So people would basically stare straight ahead at the flashlight of their phone and use TikTok's S5 filter to reveal the quote, true color of their eyes. The trend seems to have started with a user named Maria Blue, who apparently in a video claimed, "If you have brown eyes, this filter turns them blue. S5 plus back camera and flash." I'm not kidding. They were claiming that you could change your eye color. The real one, not the one through the filter. They were claiming that you could change the real eye color if you use your back camera and flash. If you do it on one eye.
You telling me for views, these people put the flash all in their eye, thinking it's gonna change their eye color because it's a filter, thinking that filter is gonna literally change their physical eye color. Does that make sense to any one of you guys? I mean, like, I'm starting to think we really done lost every bit of brain cells in our human existable brain.
eye, then you'll have one blue eye. Whoa, this is... Yeah, I'm not trying to get mad. This, of course, wasn't true, and even experts...
I'm already mad for you, Tub. I got you. This is retarded. Stupid. This is idiotic. You know what I mean?
Warned of the potential dangers of doing that. They, for instance, warned that, quote, potential retina burn can occur when the light is intense and focused on the retina for long enough. A permanent burn on the retina would also no doubt leave a permanent blind spot in the eye. And just to clarify, in case it wasn't obvious enough, all the filter did was add a blue hue to videos. It had absolutely nothing with changing eye color.
The Cha-Cha Slide Challenge. I'm sure most of us are familiar with the song Cha-Cha Slide, a song by Mr. C the Slide Man, also known as DJ Casper. I'm not going to play it here for copyright purposes, of course, but part of the song has lyrics that go, slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross. I'm sure you guys remember this song from something like a 5th grade event, or maybe your white friends.
Hey, slide to the left. Hey, slide to the right. Hey, crisscross. Crisscross. Let me stop. Let's go back into the video.
But what does this iconic song have to do with TikTok? Well, scarily enough, some teenagers would record themselves acting out that part of the song while driving. You heard me right.
Y'all just don't think anymore, do y'all? You TikTokers. Ticky-tockity hoppity hoppers. You guys don't think anymore, do ya?
They would swerve their car from side to side, and then when they said crisscross, they would rapidly swerve it back and forth. Even though TikTok removed the videos, we were able to find some on YouTube. In some clips, you can tell how terrified the passengers are, which is most definitely risky, as we have seen.
Yo, that is so unsafe. Like, imagine you swerving and a lady's walking her baby in a stroller and you just accidentally lost control of your car and then hit the baby in the stroller. Now you're looking stupid on TikTok because you just murdered 2 people. You got a double homicide. Come on. Let's use our brain cells here.
Similar challenges turn out to be catastrophic. For example, in 2019, a 21-year-old Shania McNeil crashed and died while playing chicken, a Snapchat trend. She was basically recording herself and her 2 friends weaving throughout oncoming traffic at about 100 miles per hour. So clearly these challenges can be very dangerous. Also, I'm Matty Balls. Shout out to Tuv. Happy 2 mil subs. Thank you for having me.
The penny challenge. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tiptoe around this one. I don't think I could show much footage because there are a lot of challenges that YouTube just doesn't like people talking about, just in case, some people want to try it. And I'm sure I had a disclaimer at the beginning of this video saying don't do any of this stuff and that this is for educational purposes, whatever.
Yeah, guys, everything that you're seeing, all these challenges that you're seeing, please, I beg you, do not attempt none of those challenges. My reaction videos are for educational purposes and reaction purposes. You need to understand your life matters. Let's get back into the video.
Whatever. But basically, this next one is genuinely stupid. I feel like I could say that about a lot of these. I'm not going to be showing footage of people trying this, so I'm literally just going to put background footage of some pennies on the ground or something. Anyway, typically referred to as the penny challenge, the trend involved partially plugging a phone charger into an outlet and then sliding a coin between the space between the charger and the outlet, causing the 2 terminals to touch. Sparks would sometimes fly, and this would be a real danger of causing a fire. In fact, there were reported incidences of fire, for instance, at Plymouth North High School, where students were apparently messing with sockets triggering a minor fire. That's all firefighters called to the school. The challenge, which trended under the now removed #outlet challenge, also had the potential for more devastating effects, as there was a reported case where Amazon Alexa recommended it to a 10-year-old who had asked it to suggest an exercise for the weekend. The girl's mom did actually tweet about that incident, saying that she yelled, "No, Alexa, no." Yeah, that's a very chilling thought to think if, the mom wasn't there and if the daughter was willing to try it.
Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I don't have Alexa in my house. I don't trust her. I feel like if you have Alexa in your house, you're constantly being watched. They're constantly hearing what you're saying. And I feel like Alexa's just the biggest snitch. Alexa, stop snitching.
One chip challenge. As we move on to even more recent and stupid TikToks, next one is the one chip challenge. Basically, the challenge was to eat a single tortilla chip that came...
Oh, somebody told me to do the one chip challenge once, and I was like, nope. I seen videos, I was like, nope. Nope. Because I actually started reading upon it. Some of these chips, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, they're kind of like when they put the spices on them, right? They always, you know how in factories they have a machine that knows the right amount of spices to put on the chip, so that's how it doesn't cause bodily problems or death, right? Well, the one chip challenge, some of those chips are not even, let's just say some of those chips are overly stuffed. You get me? Some of those chips are overly stuffed with peppers, all type of powder, all type of crazy things. So if you eat the brand new chip that's out, just know if your stomach can't handle it, and if you're allergic to spicy stuff, don't do this. Don't try this. And if you're gonna try it at your own risk, because at the end of the day, you don't know what you're getting into. You never know. If I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a one chip challenge live. Let's go!
Came in a coffin-shaped box, and that apparently had a crushing of seasoning from the spiciest chili peppers in the world. According to the company behind it, Pocky, the chip was meant for adults, and even the label warns that it shouldn't be taken by children or people sensitive to spicy food. In the classic style of the internet, though, it seems no one was paying attention to the warning, because just as the challenge...
People never pay attention to the warnings. They never pay attention to the labels until it happens to them, so... America.
Challenge was at its height. A 14-year-old high school student died from eating one of the chips. The teen's parents were called to school and were told that their kid had fainted after taking the chip, and he even showed the picture of the $9.99 Pocky chip that he had taken. Later that day, while at home, he passed out. He was rushed to the emergency room, but sadly didn't make it. Also, an interesting bit about this challenge is that it was started by Pocky themselves. It was a marketing tactic dating from 10 years back.
I've heard about that too. That the dude died and everything. Like, poor young man didn't even get a chance to live his life. He was only 14. Guys, if you're 14, 15, 16, hell, even 18, hell, if you're an adult, please take my message and don't do the one chip challenge unless you can handle it. That's all I'm gonna say.
The goal was to rank people between levels of, quote, harmless and, quote, predator, depending on how long they could hold the burning sensation before drinking some milk or water. After the teen's death, the company removed that challenge from the website. However, videos of the challenge are still up on TikTok. Dr. Kim, medical TikTok. While home to some genuine medical professionals, it's quite often plagued with random videos, which we will be covering in this video. One such account, which I know like the back of my hand now, is Dr. Kim. There's a chance you've more than likely seen these weird space.
This about the that fake surgeon guy, I think, that plastic surgery guy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Face surgeries floating around. I actually made 2 detailed videos on the whole investigation I did, so if you want to watch them, you should watch it after this video. Don't ruin the watch time. Like I said, I know this topic very well, so I'm going to give you guys a quick summarized version. And if it interests you, well, lucky you, you have more videos to watch. Anyway, in January...
We're going to skip the ad, guys. Let's keep it moving.
You have more videos to watch. Anyway, in January of this year, creepy looking facelifts were going viral on Twitter and TikTok. I decided to do some research on the situation and uncovered that there were multiple accounts promoting these surgeries and that they had WhatsApp contacts in their bios. I texted the so-called Dr. Kim and pretended to be interested, faking that I had a wife who wanted a facelift. In the end, they revealed that Dr. Li Feng would be performing the surgery, not Dr. Kim as promised on their TikTok. After that, I got a tip from a viewer explaining that there's more to the story, and we uncovered, with the help of legal documents, that
so Dr. Feng and Zhang is the same people.
Dr. Li Feng's facility has been caught with expired medicine, and they've been in legal trouble before. And as of February 18th, the account has been banned on TikTok. I made a TikTok/YouTube short covering the account being banned. I didn't think that was worth another video. But what always gets under my skin is when people try to be different and they're like, well, the facelifts actually look beautiful when they're fully healed. Look.
People need to stop lying to people and lying to themselves. You know that thing look ugly as hell. Looking like a ghost. Looking like a mother effing friggin' Catman or something. Like, that doesn't look right. There's another thing going on too, where there's a plastic surgeon now who's taking kids' faces and putting it on older people, like surgically putting it on older people. That's a whole different topic that I'm gonna do a reaction to in like a couple hours. I'll be back in a couple hours, maybe later on tonight. I'm gonna do a reaction to that for you guys.
Look, they look better than what we thought was fully healed. They're still not good. They're good for Chinese standards, but there are better Chinese facelifts that aren't by Dr. Kim. I don't know why people were hopping on this like opposite, trying to be different. His facelifts are actually kind of good. No, they're not. They're horrible. If they're good, then I'm sure you're confident advising your mother to go get a surgery by Dr. Kim. Like, no, it's not, like, the being different was like so weird to me. It's horrible. Let's head on to the next thing. Eye color surgery. I wanted to call this next one an occurrence because I only thought it happened like a few amount of times, but it turns out it's been going on for a while. So I found 2 videos of it, this one and also this one. The whole point of these surgeries is to get a permanent eye color change, and in that last video, it's alleged that the woman got something called an iris implant, where an iris made from silicone is slid into a slit that is cut into the cornea. However, others believe it's the keratopigmentation procedure, which is basically tattooing your eye. Now, what most of you might not know is that the iris implant procedure is actually illegal in the USA. Well, unless you have an eye defect from birth that prevents you from having eye color. But other than that, you can't get in the US, it's simply too risky. The other one, keratopigmentation, well, it's not illegal, it's also highly discouraged. But that doesn't stop people from getting either of those 2 procedures, as you can easily fly elsewhere and find dozens of clinics that will be willing to perform this surgery on you. In fact, that's what Tamika Tiny Harris, the American singer-songwriter, did. She flew out to Tunisia, Africa, and got the iris implant procedure done. She said it took about 5 to 10 minutes per eye. Interestingly, her daughter Zanique also hopped on the trend and changed her eye color from brown to grayish blue, although she regretted it, reversed it, and admitted she wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
I wonder why.
Dalia Carezzi. Chances are that you've come across.
She probably had like, problems, or like health problems regarding her eye after she did that. She probably couldn't see things, or probably was seeing spirits. You never know. You never know what she could have been going through when she did that. I'm proud when people try something and then they start realizing the effects of it. And before it could get worse, they stop it and they make a message, or they give a message to the world to not do it, because you actually can save a lot of people like that from doing something. Because that right there. See, look at my eyes. I have brown eyes. You feel me? Look at my eyes. You see that? I have brown eyes. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't change my eyes for the world unless I'm blind and I have the money to change my eyes to be able to see again. You get what I'm saying? But to change your eye color, you're only building more health risks for your body and for yourself. That's all I'm going to say.
Someone on TikTok offering medical advice, and like in this next case, it's possible they're just faking it. Dalia Carezzi was such a person, and although I couldn't find her TikTok videos, she deleted all her social media accounts. That is, following a court case. She apparently offered medical advice between 2019 and 2021 to her about 240,000 followers on TikTok. She was particularly extremely popular among Iraqi and Kurdish residents in Western Sydney. Her story is actually kind of insane because it went beyond TikTok. She had successfully applied for research positions with NSW Health and the Cancer Institute, having constantly lied about having a doctor's and BBS degree and a master's of reproductive medicine, and even using the initials OBGYN. On TikTok, wearing scrubs and donning a stethoscope around her neck, she offered advice about sexual health, ovarian cancer, HIV, and fertility. Her defense was that the information she was sharing was from NSW Health Direct. Sydney's Downing Centre local court found her guilty of, quote, impersonating a doctor and pretending to be a medical specialist, and fined her $13,000.
$13,000 just for giving people the wrong information? I feel like she should have been charged more, because you don't know if some of these people that were following her did what she told them to do, and then they got health problems now, or they got or they're in debt over something, or they got health risks. You get what I'm saying? You don't know. For her to only get fined $13,000, I mean, yeah, that was lenient to me. That was, because that would be, if in the court of law, if you really think about it, that would be impersonating a medical staff, and as well fraudulent activity, because she was making money off of this. You know that, right? So it's like, I mean, America. Your name, Jesus.
She expressed regret for her actions, terming the position she was in was, quote, very out of character. And why did she do all of that? Was she trying to get, up in the ranks and be a real doctor at some point? Well, no. It was to keep up a lie that she told her friend in 2017. The lie was that she was studying medicine, which, she really went fully into character, didn't she?
Don't lie to your friends. Don't lie. Don't be capping. We don't need cappers out here. We don't need the cap. Please, if you know you ain't a doctor and you know you don't know nothing about what you're doing, don't lie. That like you know what you're doing. Yeah, get me.
Jesus Christ. Let's get on to the next tier. The body. Kia boys. Alright, this is where the iceberg starts getting a little spicy. Okay. I'm glad you're still watching. Ushering us halfway down the iceberg is the Kia Boys Challenge, which, if we're being honest, should just be called the Car Theft Challenge. Having begun in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this challenge escalated into a big countrywide problem, leaving Kia owners with situations like this one. Of course, the police were also involved, with several chases like this one. Now, the reason Milwaukee was at the center of this story was because, at least according to this report, it just has a history of reckless driving. That report actually features clips of when the challenge started, with kids stealing the Kia and Hyundai car models and basically trashing them around the neighborhood. And just to emphasize how bad this was, between 2021 and 2022, the theft of Kias increased by 503%, and that of Hyundais by 363%. Also, documents obtained on car crashes by the media revealed that the cases were indeed spread across the country, and in some of them, people actually got killed after the theft. Due to the devastating nature of the losses incurred, both companies, Kia and Hyundai, got sued and settled for $200 million, with $145 million going to cater for out-of-pocket losses for customers. And in case you were wondering why the companies would agree to settle, well, it's because apparently their models between 2015 and 2019 were not fitted with electronic immobilizers. This allowed the thieves to easily bypass the vehicle's security with tools as simple as a USB cable to bypass the ignition. But why is this on the iceberg? I'm sure you could tell by the background footage that this was shared all over TikTok.
If you're making a vehicle that people can steal just by using a USB cord, yeah, Kia, you need to upgrade your system.
The so-called Kia boys would literally just give tutorials on how to hotwire cars, specifically those models. But yeah, it was easier than ever. I'm sure this method is still used. There's no reason for it not to be used.
You want to pull down and then break it.
I believe the method is still used. It's just now they don't do it for a challenge anymore. Now they're just like, they're doing it to literally steal the car now. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're still doing it. Best believe they're still doing it.
Now, and then comes like a little silver piece. You just put the fine in and break it. Then you start with a charger piece, like this.
And with the USB cable, someone can start up and drive off with your car.
So if you own an older Kia model or an older Hyundai model, definitely go ahead and do some deep research on your specific model of car. And if you don't, maybe the Kia boys will end up with a new whip for the summer. Anyway, let's get on to the next one.
Tom is funny, bro.
I'm Amy Poehler, and I'm on house arrest.
I'm sorry. Whoa, Amy, you're on house arrest?
Okay.
These commercials
In class, we're gonna
wild.
Anyway, let's get on to the next one.
This commercial's getting wild, y'all. She's on house arrest. On TikTok. On house arrest. I'll let that sink in real quick.
Ice cream challenge.
I've called this one the Ice Cream Challenge, but it's really a video by a TikTok couple, Taquan Hines and Asia from Portsmouth, Virginia. This here is the video.
Wait, here we go. Yeah, ice cream. Let me taste it. Alright, hurry up, put it back. Hurry up, put it back. Come on, let's run.
And you can clearly see that they both take turns licking the ice cream before Hines tells Asia to...
If this was at the time where everybody was doing the COVID, was inside, for COVID and all this, and everybody has their face mask, they know they would have been charged for that, right? They would have been in prison for that, actually. Y'all be careful what you grab out the grocery store. There's people like this in this world.
put it back in the freezer, and then both of them just run away anyway. And you can really tell as well that they're like holding in their laughter. Now, this behavior is obviously degenerate and disgusting, I would know, and it did spark a lot of outrage online. And then the thing is as well, they actually had the gall to like share it on Twitter, thinking that they're in the right, and this was like a laugh out loud hilarious prank, which obviously led to them getting comments like these.
And a little update to the story is that Taquan posted
a lot of outrage online. And then the thing is as well, they actually had the gall to like share it on Twitter, thinking that they're in the right, and this was like a laugh out loud hilarious prank, which obviously led to them getting comments like
these. I really hope you get arrested for this. There's nothing cute about it. Let's stop this right now, cause they too grown. You see, like, people trying to get that clout and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this and watch people gonna laugh and we gonna go viral. Look what's happening. You just made yourself look stupid on social media. Genius. You and your female.
These. And a little update to the story is that Taquan posted on his Instagram and confirmed that he and his girlfriend did actually buy the ice cream, and he was just gaslighting whoever thought they actually, did the action they were convinced.
And then there's this. Like, if y'all gonna do a TikTok video, make it legit. Stop the capery. You get what I'm saying? We got Leonardo DiCaprio over there already telling people the truth. Oh, this was just a little setup. It wasn't real. Please don't come at me. Don't do dumb shit and think that people ain't gonna come after you. Like, that right there could have got him really arrested if it was COVID-19 still.
Convincing people they did?
Let me show y'all, bro.
And when I say COVID-19 still, I mean, like, in the pandemic time when we had the face mask and all that, and they were arresting people for coughing on people. Remember that?
This is the ice cream. This is the ice cream that y'all say we lit and put back on the shelf. It was our ice cream. It was already paid for. This is our ice cream. I'm showing this video because people really want the video. We did not do nothing nasty like that. Me and Asia's not nasty people, bro. Be real. Stop being stupid. Stop being goofy. We did that.
Stop being stupid. Stop being... Man, you the one over here faking for clout. You stop being stupid. You stop doing dumb shit. Now look. Now your girl can't even go to the store without people looking at her like, oh, ain't you the girl that faked her videos? Come on, bro.
The fool y'all was a prank. And we fooled y'all, bro. And we not going to jail. We already talked to the police. Get right, goofy.
Yeah, and that doesn't take away the fact that they did something
You calling people goofy, you still goofy. Maybe... Let me stop right there.
Fucking disgusting for clout. I mean, what were they expecting? People to cheer them on? Oh, you got us, dude. That was a great prank, dude. Holy shit, that was awesome. Nonetheless, the situation is extremely stupid and avoidable.
You even had a food poisoning expert, Bill Maher, which is one of the worst jobs I could ever imagine. And he saw this trend and he basically pointed out that it's pretty bad. If someone has a communicable disease, they could probably pass it on to you. And then he actually goes on to say that the entire food industry is so bad that, no, actually, there's probably a higher chance of you getting food poisoning earlier on, not the guy finishing it off by licking it with his disgusting lips and then posting it on TikTok. Now, if you're wondering why this trend sounds a little bit familiar, it did actually surface back in 2019. For example, there's a video here of this gentleman, and he was actually later arrested, which is hilarious. There was also this incident back in 2020, and you actually had this 24-year-old guy who had to spend a month in jail. And then on top of that as well, he had to pay a $1,000 fine and then over $1,000 to Bluebell Creameries. Dude, could you imagine like walking around like Ben and Jerry's in the UK? You got
for ice cream that cost you $15.99. $15.99. You're going to go ahead and lick that ice cream and put it back in the freezer and think that ain't nothing gonna happen. Now look at you. Look at you. You went from $15.99 to $2,400. And that's paid back. That don't even go to your pocket. That's coming out your pocket. Come on, guys. If y'all gonna do TikTok challenges, make them look legit. Make them worth watching. Now, don't make people cringe or feel like that was the most idiotic move or ill. You get what I'm saying? Nobody wants an ill TikTok.
lick all of them, and then you need to pay Ben & Jerry's money. Like, have you seen how much a part of Ben & Jerry's costs in the UK? They're like 6-7 quid. Also, remember as well that a lot of this was during and at the height of COVID-19, the pandemic that actually made people so cautious, they stocked up on toilet roll, they bought all the pasta in UK supermarkets, and on top of that as well, no one wanted to buy Corona. This is a totally separate thing, but no one wanted to buy Corona beer because of the association it had.
Because the name was Corona. Nobody wanted to buy the Corona beer. Nobody. Because they said Corona. So everybody in their mind, you know, went to a mass hysteria about the coronavirus, and some people pushed it overboard and just like, oh, Corona, the Corona beer got Corona in it. Look, just because it says Corona.
With the coronavirus. That is how anxious and paranoid people were, thinking if they drank a beer, they'd get COVID, but other people would also lick the top of ice cream. Okay, so I'm going to do a little plug. I run this small channel called Paracynical. I do game reviews that are like way too long. It's usually just kind of like explaining the plot. If you could like and subscribe, I really want to hit 5 subs by the end of the year. Yep.
Guys, go ahead and like and subscribe his channel, please. Like and subscribe and do the whole shebang. You dig?
Yep. Cheers, guys.
Whip Talk. One of the darker sides of TikTok is Whip Talk, a really weird and surprisingly big community of young people experimenting with drugs. I believe this group has been a thing since a long time, but it recently exploded on TikTok in 2023, with the media calling it Gen Z's hippie crack pandemic. Now, what I specifically want to focus on from that community is something disturbing called chroming, basically a trend where teens have been inhaling toxic substances, which I'm not going to show videos of that, but they're inhaling toxic substances to get high. We're talking about inhaling things like aerosol cans, nail polish remover, hairspray, deodorants, glue, nitrous oxide, paint.
You know, it kind of reminds me, like, I guess people's brain cells are still stuck in elementary or kindergarten. You eating glue and sniffing Lysol? Like, what? What's next? You gonna spray cologne in your eye just to see your eyes turn red? Come on, guys. We need better challenges. We need challenges that actually train the mind to think. How about that?
Etc. This is, of course, extremely dangerous, and has been described as posing a bigger health risk than cocaine. Like I said, I'm not going to show any footage of people doing drugs, but I will show, like, the little cringe things that in the little text they put, so that'll be on the screen. You know, people describing their experience with inhaling deodorant, or
how it felt after inhaling those deodorant sprays bottles. These people are literally sniffing Axe up their nose.
Or even POVs. You just inhaled some Lysol and can't feel anything and tell your friend to hit you. So cool, dude. And if that's not scary enough, here's another screenshot of a girl talking about how she passed out in the park for 2 hours.
Me thinking about that one time I passed out in the park for over 2 hours from inhaling and getting high off deodorant. They really put in Axe body spray and Old Spice up their nose.
Hours from inhaling deodorant, and another whose mom almost sent her to rehab for inhaling all the deodorant in the house. We're talking about spray deodorant, not the regular bar one, or at least that's regular to me. And yes, there have been some casualties, such as in March of 2023. Ezra Haynes, a 13-year-old high school girl from Melbourne, Australia, died after inhaling too much deodorant. She had been at a friend's sleepover when she did it, and was reported going into cardiac arrest, and also sustaining irreplaceable brain damage before passing on 8 days later.
Hey, if your partner is being secretive with their phone, you need to do this now. Most people are...
Dragon breath.
Before we continue, guys, I'm going to stop it here. You guys go ahead, if you want to watch the rest of the video, go ahead and follow Tav. Follow Tav. I'm going to have his link in the bio. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending some time with me. Thank you for allowing me to entertain you. Next video, we're gonna talk about that. Was it the surgeon? I believe I said the surgeon that is taking kids. I don't know if it's dead kids or missing kids' faces and putting it on old people, like surgically putting it on old people. I'm gonna react to that video. That video is crazy, guys. I'm gonna react to that within like later on tonight. I'll be back on, but I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to me. I want to say for those who have not subscribed, there's 54% of you guys that subscribe to my channel. Can you please subscribe, show some love, and support the channel, share it with everybody. And this is your boy, Holy Paradox. And stay blessed.